Namaste beautiful yogis. Today's class is going to be kind of an experiment. We're going to try some new format and see how that goes. It's more appropriate for intermediate to advanced practitioners because we're going to do a little less instructions and a little more movement, and just I will call out the poses without too much explanation. So the focus would be on your breath, and also feel free to come back to the class because you're going to get more used with the flow, and that will allow more room for the days when you want to practice on your breath. That will give you more room to just continue practicing on your breath. So with that quick introduction, we'll begin the practice now. It will be ashtanga based class. My take on ashtanga, so it's not going, don't expect traditional ashtanga at all. It will be my interpretation of ashtanga because I do need a yin element in ashtanga, and I do need intervals in anything I do. So don't get discouraged by the fact that it will be a strong class. It will leave you very calm and rejuvenated at the end of the class. I've been practicing this particular type of sequence for a little over a week every day now, and it's just the benefits to the mind are beyond anything I can describe. It is extremely calming. You will notice it by the end or after the class. So let's get started, and please let me know in the comments on my website or under the YouTube video. Let me know in the comments below if you like this format and you would like to continue with a small type of instructions. Otherwise, I'm preparing a few of those classes with proper voiceover too, so we'll see how that goes, live versus voiceover. Let's begin. At the front of the mat, you will need a wall at some portion of the class for something that will be holding on a wall, at a wall. So let's begin at the front of the mat. Spread your toes wide open, lift your toes off the ground, roll the shoulders back and down, open the chest, quiet the mind, and bring your attention to your heart, beginning to deepen your breath. Inhale your hands all the way over the head, and exhale, dive to the floor. Inhale, look ahead of you, and when you place your hands on your shin bones, feel your waistline extending away from your tailbone. In a way, you're pulling your waistline away from your hips. You will feel this action. Elongation, great. Bring the hands on the ground and step back. Plank, chaturanga, upward dog, straight back to downward facing dog. Exhale. Deep breathing. Walk your feet between your hands to the front of the mat. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, the hands over the heart. 1 Surya Namaskar A, and we're going to do 4 more of those. At your own pace, I will let you just flow. And let's gather together in downward facing dog from wherever we're at. Pressing your palms firmly into your mat and lifting your hips as far away from your hands as you can. Feel that stretch along your hamstrings, glutes, back. Come to the front of the mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, your hands over the heart. Bend the knees, take chair. Straighten the legs, forward bend. Inhale, look ahead of you. Hands on the floor. And jump back into chaturanga. Inhale. Upward dog. Exhale, chaturanga. Downward dog. Take the right foot between your hands. Come up. Square the hips forward. Warrior one. Big breath in. Exhale down. Chaturanga. Inhale. Up dog. Exhale. Down dog through chaturanga. Left leg comes in. Left foot in. Warrior one. Exhale down. Chaturanga. Upward dog, inhale. Exhale. Downward dog. Hold downward dog for 3 to 5 breaths. Coming onto the tippy toes, bend the knees, lifting the tailbone, press into all knuckles of each and every finger, and we're going to jump into chair. Holding chair, take the tailbone under. Inhale, come up. Arch, exhale, hands over the heart. Surya Namaskar B. 4 more of those at your own pace. Moving through warrior one on each side. Coming back to the front of the mat, gathering in the front of the mat after our 5th Surya Namaskar. And let's take chair pose. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, look ahead of you. And jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Step the right foot between your hands. Drop the right hand behind you on the outside of your right foot. And take side angle here. Press your right hip back towards your left heel. Keep pressing it. It wants to pop out. Tuck the tailbone under. Look towards your left hand. Keep the left shoulder over the right shoulder, so you're just going to open that rib cage. Exhale, both hands on the floor. Step it back, vinyasa. Left foot between the hands, left hand on the floor, side angle. Really reach as hard as you can, stretching your kidney area, your ovary area. Exhale, both hands on the floor. Step it back. Vinyasa. Exhale, down dog. Press your hips high. Look between the hands and jump into chair. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands over the heart. Chair. Exhale. Inhale, look ahead of you. And jump back into chaturanga. Inhale, open. Exhale, down dog. Step the right foot between the hands. Come up, warrior two. Hold it for 5 breaths. Sink in. Rotating the left hip. Turn the right palm up and reach up and over the head. Exhale, both hands on the floor. Vinyasa. Step the left foot between the hands. Come up, warrior two. Reverse the warrior. Stretching the ovary area here if you reach strongly enough. For main obliques, colon, and exhale down. Vinyasa. Jump into chair. Tuck the tailbone under. Inhale, come up. Exhale. Again, chair. Inhale. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, look ahead of you. Jump back. Inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Right foot between the hands. Drop the back heel down. And come up. Warrior two. Straighten the legs. Triangle pose. Press the hips back and reach. And hold. Press that right hip back in towards the socket. Reach over your head and hold here. Power the abs and come up to standing. And turn towards the back of your room. Press the hips back. Reach away from your hip and really try to scoot into. You're rotating your hip in here so everything is falling along the same line. Eventually, triangle pose. And reach over the head. Focus on your breath and don't worry too much about your form. It will come with time. Power up the abs, come up. Feet parallel to each other, hands behind you, clasp. Press the hands away from you, forward bend, wide-legged forward bend. Inhale, halfway up. Left hand on the floor, right arm up. And switch. Right hand on the floor. Left arm up. Walk the hands to the front of the mat. Step back. Vinyasa. Don't be shy to breathe loudly. Chair. Inhale. To standing. Exhale. Chair. Inhale. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, look ahead of you. And jump into chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale. Right foot comes in. Straighten your legs, square your hips, and bring your hands on your hips. Come up. Hips are square forward. Hands behind you. In prayer. And look up. Keep the hips square and begin to lower down. And exhale. Inhale, coming back up to standing and back extension. And let's bring the right hand on the right hip. Reach with your left hand way ahead of you. And lower your left hand on the inside or on the outside of your right foot. Revolving triangle. And look down, walk your hands to the back of your room. Square your hips. Left foot leading, hands on the hips, come up. Hands behind you, in prayer. Exhale, intense side stretch. If you can, bring your chin on your shin bone and look at your toes. Inhale, coming up to back extension. Reach with your right hand way ahead of you, lower down, revolving triangle. Exhale the hands on the floor, walk them to the center of your mat. Grab your big toes with index, middle, and thumb. Yogic hold, look ahead of you. Exhale. Flex your quadriceps. Hands on the hips, inhale, come up to standing. Now you're going to bring your hands. This class is going to improve your digestion, and it's also very appropriate for cysts. We've been discussing cysts in Beautiful Yogis, the Facebook group, so this is in honor of a lot of the females, but this class is very appropriate for both male and female because I'm combining both elements equally, yin and yang. So keep your hands on your hips and you can kind of dig in. You're going to hold in firmly in here, and as you hold, your forward bend will put a little more pressure, so you're giving yourself massage here. If you're male, don't worry about it. You still have digestive organs, so you're going to benefit from it. Organs of digestion and elimination. So hold there and keep breathing. Hang. Flat back, inhale, come all the way up. Hands behind you. Clasp, look up, come down, halfway down. And twist to the right, twist to the left. Release your hands and place your palms, if you can, on the outside of your feet. Palms of the hands facing up, and exhale down. Press your feet down onto your hands to stretch your wrists. Release, walk to the front, the hands, and step back vinyasa. Chair. Inhale, come up. Exhale, and inhale, chair. Exhale, down. Inhale, look ahead of you. And chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale. Right foot steps in. Come up, warrior one. And here you're going to keep your hips as square as you can, press into the outer edge of your left foot. This is a very difficult pose, one I'm going to be working on for the next 20 years or more, so don't get discouraged if it's difficult. It is difficult. And you're going to reach ahead of you and bring the outer side of your left shoulder on the outer edge, outer side of your right knee, and twist here. Press the left hip heel down and drop your right hip down and bring it in. Don't let it pop out. And reach ahead of you. Look towards your right hand. Look down, exhale, both hands on the ground, step back. Vinyasa. Take the left foot between your hands, warrior one. Drop into your warrior deeper. Reach and press that hip back. Left hip presses back. Press the outer edge of your right foot down and reach ahead of you. Heel on the floor. Exhale. Both hands on the ground. Vinyasa. Chair. Inhale, come up, exhale, hands over the heart. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale. Vinyasa. Right foot steps in. Straighten the legs. Hands on the hips. Chest parallel to the floor. Reach ahead of you. Press the right hip back. Exhale. Revolving triangle. One more time. Look down, walk your hands to the back of your room, hands on the hips, reach ahead of you, revolving triangle. Both hands on the floor, walk to the center of your mat. And you're going to walk your hands, fingertips pointing away from you. Forward bend. Walk your hands basically behind your feet. Walk to the front of your room. Drop your knees on the ground. Right palm of the hand facing up. Reach under your left shoulder and twist here. A left hand can walk towards the front of your mat. Changing sides. Coming back out of this vinyasa. Chair. Inhale, come up. Exhale. Chair. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, look ahead of you. And vinyasa. Step the right foot in and press the left heel down. Bring the right shoulder in front of your right knee. Side angle, clasp behind. Tuck the tailbone under and press that right hip back. Reach with both hands ahead of you and drop them down, vinyasa. Left side, same thing. Reach over the head. Exhale. Vinyasa. Exhale, downward dog. Drop the knees on the ground. We're going to do something extremely fun now. And your shoulders will wake up from it. And of course your hips will wake up from this because shoulders and hips are so interconnected. So from here, coming onto all fours, hopefully you can see it well. Right hand will reach between the legs and grab the inner edge of the right foot. Pay attention, right hand to the right foot. And tuck your shoulder underneath and your head underneath, so you're going to roll on top of your right shoulder, on the back of your right shoulder and the back of your head. From here, straighten your left leg and straighten it. Grab the outer edge of your left foot with your left hand. This is going to hold you so you don't tip over. And you will roll on the back of your head and shoulders. If you roll over, it's not a big deal. The key here is to really hold the left extended leg and press the leg away from you. Rolling out of this. When you roll out of this, you're just going to bring your elbows on the ground and stretch your left foot out away from your inner thigh, stretching. Coming up, sit next to your right heel and press the left toes in towards you. Reach up and over. Great. And we're going to do a vinyasa. Drop the knees on the ground. Same thing. Left hand, inner edge of the left foot. Roll. This might take you a while to get. Roll on the back of your shoulder. Grab the outer edge of the right foot and roll out. And roll out of this, and elbows in front of you, stretch that leg. Briefly stretching, we're moving fluently through everything, we're flowing. Imagine yourself like water and you just keep flowing, you don't get stuck on the details. And sit next to your left heel, pull your toes in, grab your toes, reach over. And without getting stuck on that detail, vinyasa. Chair. Inhale, coming up. Exhale. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale. Look ahead of you. Jump back, vinyasa. Right foot comes in. Bend the knee and come up, warrior one. Sink a little deeper in your warrior and bring your left hip in. Rotate it in. Press the right hip back. 2 more breaths in here. Perfect your warrior one. You have 20 or 30 years ahead of you of perfecting it up until you consider it okay. Looking okay. Not great, but okay. And you're going to roll onto the ball of your heels and take warrior towards the back of your own left knee leading. And roll that hip in. Excellent. Press the left hip back. Both heels are touching the floor. Coming out of your warrior, bring your back heel straight up towards the ceiling and sit in lunge. Drop the right knee down, crescent. And let's grab the right foot with the right hand. You're going to bring that foot into your inner elbow. Open here. And hands on the floor. Left knee, left leg is in squat. Stretch the opposite. And walk to the front of your room. Come up, high lunge. Drop the knee down, crescent. Bring your left foot in. And bring it into your inner elbow. Release. Down dog. You're going to fold your right knee, right leg, bending at the knee, and you're going to jump into headstand with the right knee bent and the left leg out. Something like this. Spread your fingers open and press into each and every knuckle. And jump 3 times. And jump at the front. Chair. Inhale, come up. Exhale. Chair. Exhale. Vinyasa. Inhale. Drop the knees onto the ground, and you are going to bring your hands onto your above your waistline, so mid back, and glide your hands up and press your tailbone down. So keep that action of the hand gliding up and look up. Camel. And coming back down from this, hands on the ground, step your right foot parallel to the front edge of your mat and squat. squat down, one-sided squat, and pull your left toes, left side toes in towards you. And walk to the front, down dog. And we're going to do the same thing with the handstand jumps, only the left knee would be bent this time. Spread the fingers wide open, and you are going to just gently jump and open the opposite leg out 3 times. And chair. Inhale, coming. Exhale, diving down. Inhale. Hands on the ground, step back plank. And we're going to twist, jump 50 times quickly. These are easy baby twists. If you're not into jumping today or at all, just hold a seated forward bend and we shall begin. And drop your knees on the ground, camel. Child's pose. Hands over the head, and we're going to stake plank, jump the feet out and jump them back 50 times. Or take bridge pose instead. And release, camel pose. Walking the elbows in. Child's pose. Last interval. We are going to do the hardest interval. If you prefer not to do interval, hold plank or happy baby. And we're going to jump the feet left and jump them right. Let's go. walk your hands to the front, feet to the front of the mat, hands underneath the feet. Palms of the hands facing up, forward bend. Press your toes and feet down onto your palms. Inhale, look ahead of you, chair. Hold it. Inhale. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, look ahead of you. And jump into Chaturanga. Now we are going to walk to a wall and really anchor yourself into the wall, and you are going to come up into a handstand and try to be as close to the wall as you can, and you're going to hold this, goodness gracious, for 60 seconds. So the time is starting now. And coming down. Woo. And you can rest in child's pose. Bring your hands in front of you and come onto your feet. Yogic squat. Grab your big toes and slowly walk your feet in together and sit back onto your bum and hold Navasana here. And let it go. Lower Navasana, higher Navasana, lower, and we're going to bring the right elbow and then the left across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower Navasana. And now 1, bending the opposite knee. 2, let's get started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And take happy baby. And move into plow. shoulders bent. Wow, and bend the knees over the ears. Roll out of this slowly. And let's bring the hands underneath the booty, fish pose. Open the chest, elbows on the ground, top of the head, crown of the head on the floor. And from here, lay back down. You can bring your hands on the ground, palms of the hands facing down for a quick moment here. And let's bring the knees into the chest, grab the outer edges of your feet. Take happy baby. Grab the back of your knees and roll back and forth, coming up to seated. Soles of the feet together and walk your feet away from you, forming the shape of a diamond between your legs, and fold forward here. Inhale, coming up, extend the left leg, right foot on the outside of the left knee. Inhale, inhale, we're going to inhale the left hand up, exhale, twist. Wrap behind if you can. And coming out of this, changing sides. And release. Feet together. Inhale, reach over your head. Exhale, forward bend. Coming out, half lotus. Inhale over the head, exhale. Inhale, coming up, and bring your left hand behind you and come up into side plank with half lotus, and release, and changing sides, half lotus. Inhale, same thing, you're going to massage your internal organs with that heel. So really place it in and feel the massaging action of your breath. Inhale, coming up, and you are going to take side plank, half lotus on the right side. And release it. And time for full lotus if you can. If you cannot, you are going to hold both sides briefly. It's half lotus. Let's wrap the hands behind us. And fold forward. Inhale, come up and bring your hands in front of you for peacock. So finger tips pointing back in towards you, elbows in. Your elbows are going to come into your abdomen. Now I'm pretty concerned about Sophie, so I'll give it a go. And all right, the puppy made it through this one. And coming down, headstand. Make sure that your elbows are shoulder width apart. Coming out of it into child's pose. Hands over your head, down dog. Take the right leg up, open the knee. Pigeon. You should be nice and open by now. And coming up. Bend your back knee. Bring your foot in. And back to down dog. Circle the right knee. Take the left leg up and open the hip. Pigeon. Making sure that your hips are level and your spine elongated. Coming up, bend your right knee, bring the foot in, either go for a back bend or don't. And back into downward dog. Circle the knee. Drop the knees onto the ground and open your legs out, forward bend. Anchoring the booty back down. Inhale, coming up, left elbow on the in front of the left knee and reach up and over. Change sides. Legs closer together, shake them, and even closer, shake them. And we're going to do 60 more seconds of that handstand hold. So bring your hands a little closer in together, spread the fingers wide open, and come up. Now when I'm not holding the wall, I eventually would come down before the 60 seconds. So I'm trying to stay up. Without coming down. I'll probably come down a couple of times, I'll lose it, but we're learning. We're just developing the back strength here. Coming down. I didn't quite measure it, so it was possibly 50 seconds, but that's okay. We had a strong practice. And here we are going to lower down. Either bridge pose or wheel. Lowering down. Knees into the chest. Extend the left leg down, supine twist. Change. And take Shavasana. Slowly begin to wiggle your toes and fingers. Inhale your hands over your head and stretch. Pointing the toes. Bring your knees in. Rocking. Rock onto one side in embryo in the womb pose and stay here, extending your imaginary umbilical cord into the center of the earth, reconnecting with Mother Earth. Imagine the earth and yourself made out of water, and you're surrounded by water. Your umbilical cord is water, floating in water. White and crystal bluish water. Crystal pure, sparkling. Use your duck hand to press yourself up to seated. Keep your eyes closed and come into a comfortable seated position. Bring the hands over your knees, palms of the hands facing up. Inhale your hands over your head. Bring them over your third eye, over your lips. Palms of the hands now facing towards you, over your throat, fifth chakra. Breathe through there and over the heart. And stay here for a few moments. Namaste.